Last one, USC versus Illinois. This game lost a little bit of its luster from last week because of the way that things went down. In was that in Champaign or was that in Blooming?
I was in Indiana, Bloomington.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in Bloomington.
Yeah.
But another big opportunity for USC to get their biggest win of the year, and for Illinois to maybe bounce back a little bit. This is a ranked matchup still. Illinois is still ranked, I believe.
Yes, 21 versus 23 USC at Illinois.
So, Tom, take it away. One of the classic Big Ten rivalries of all time.
Classic. 2 years old, potentially. I can't remember if they played last year. Yeah. Here's the big thing. In the game against Indiana, Illinois lost 5 defensive backs. I hate this matchup. It could not be a worse week for Jaden Mayava and the USC Trojans to roll into town. I think being at home will give them a little extra juice. Luke Altmaier and company have not answered the questions in the passing game that people had once Franklin and Bryant went off to the National Football League, and it's not Luke Altmaier's fault. Also, that game against Indiana, Illinois was on the field 20 minutes less than Indiana was. So it is very hard to look at what Illinois put on tape against Indiana and say what they did well. They averaged 0.1 rushing yards in that game. Credit to Indiana. They smoked Illinois like a blunt at a frat party. That defensive line for Illinois is not good. That offensive line struggled, but it is kind of this syndrome that we all dealt with last year, and we're dealing with it again. If you get blown out by Indiana, are you cheeks? Or is Indiana actually good? So we're still kind of learning that, and maybe another year we'll be really educated, and Indiana's got some other games where they still have to prove themselves. Sorry, Hoosier fans, you have to. But I just really don't like this game for Illinois. I think Lincoln Riley has to resist the urge to have Jaden Mayava throw the ball 40 times a game because he feels like it. They can run the ball. The Trojans can run the ball. That worked extremely well for Indiana against Illinois. If you stick to that, you don't have to have Jaden Mayava go big over the top very often. Play action pass is going to be there. The RPO is going to be there. This is an Illinois team that is hurting from last week. So I just hate this matchup for Illinois.
I will give Sleeper a little bit of love. Listen, if you're depositing, use our code CFA, get a 100% match up to $100. We will play the more or less game on Wednesday, where you pick 2 of your favorite picks or more. You can win up to 1,000 times your money. There are some free picks that you can go get right now. Like, I think Jared Goff has like 0.5 as an over-under for passing yards. So, supposing he doesn't get hurt on the first play of the game, should be relatively safe there. Bunch of free picks that you can go and stack together. Check Sleeper's terms and conditions because terms of use do apply. We appreciate Sleeper for their support. Tune in on Wednesday live at noon so we can talk about our picks. And again, appreciate Sleeper for all of their support.
I owe an apology, and I'm okay with admitting this. I was entirely wrong on Jaden Mayava coming into this year. In my opinion, he has been exactly what Lincoln Riley needs at a quarterback because he plays within the system and he excels within the system. And that, I think, is going to be a reason why USC is going to be talked about moving forward after this game as a legit threat to go to the college football playoff. He has been, in my opinion, the most slept-on quarterback at a prominent program this year besides potentially Damon Williams, but also because he hasn't really faced off against quality competition. 9 touchdowns, 70.8 completion rating, 12.7 yards per play. Waymon Jordan is the name that I think that we got to talk a lot more about. Kind of comes out of nowhere after Joyner leaves for Texas Tech. Guy is averaging almost 8 yards a play, 3 touchdowns, 443 yards, and you're starting to get better play when it comes to the wide receiver room. Mekhi Lemon has been awesome this year. You're looking at the last time that when he faced off against Michigan State, had the big touchdown catch, 127 yards, taking on over. Jacoby Lane, finally healthy, back in the saddle. Lake McRae stepping on up in the defense. It's not been elite by any means. It ranks 53rd in scoring and 53rd in total yards allowed, but 20.3 points allowed per game with how productive your offense has been, it's very challenging. I think if you are Illinois in this matchup, you're going to have to do 2 main things. Number one, you got to win the turnover battle, and that's going to be really challenging with multiple of your defensive backs now out, including Xavier Scott for most of the season. You're going to have to win the time of possession because if you allow USC to play any bit of tempo. You do not have an offense and an offensive line that can protect Luke Altmaier enough to be able to make these plays downfield and keep momentum moving to where they're going to get explosives the way that we see Tennessee do it, the way that we see Oregon do it, the way that we see Texas Tech do it. You're going to have to be able to play within your boundaries and slow the thing down. That's just the bottom line. I don't like that for Illinois at all. I like that for USC a lot.
I think this gets ugly. Maybe not as ugly as last week, but I'll go 34-13. Oh, that's a lot of faith in USC's defense. I'll go 41-20.
The spread is 6.5, which I think is a lot of this is in reaction to what happened against Indiana. Of course, the over under 60.5, which it's a pretty big number in general. Give me 31-21 USC.
Same score, same outcome. I like USC a lot. I think they're going to put themselves in a prime position to be able to go toe-to-toe with Michigan next week. And we can have a very fun conversation on what that battle is going to be like out in Pasadena.
Just piss off all the Michigan fans.
Hey, why not?
8-4.
My bad. 2 weeks. You have a bye, and then you get to play Michigan. Yeah. There we go.
The Power 2 on college football addiction. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. We'll be back on Monday at noon, most likely. I guess we'll talk off air and figure out the scheduling. But make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure that you are locked in. We appreciate you guys a ton for hanging out. TJ Pinger, Tom Hannafin, Cole Thompson. We will see you guys soon.